Good morning and assalamu alaikum everyone. Sorry, good afternoon. This is me Mehtab Aminwala and I'm a student at Rehan School Online Academy. Welcome to my show. And as you know that on daily basis we have to do interview, and when we will do interview we have a very special guest in our studio. Today I have a very special guest in my studio and she is Kolani. Today we are interview from Kolani on the new topic, and the topic of our interview is that story tracing the roots of apology. So let's start this interview with meet and greet session with call Annie and explaining what we are doing today. So hello Annie, how are you today?
Hey Theres, doing great. Thanks for asking. So it sounds like we're diving into the topic of apologies today. That's really interesting. What's your angle on it? Are we exploring how to apologize effectively, or maybe the impact of apologies on relationships? I'm all ears.
Yes, we have different questions. And first of all, can you kindly introduce yourselves? After that, we will start with question answer sessions.
Absolutely, Legia Annie, your friendly and curious pal from New Jersey. I've got a background in art and engineering, which keeps my creative side buzzing. I love yoga, video games, and getting lost in a good romance movie. I'm all about building connections and supporting each other. So, what's the first question on our apology journey? Let's get started.
Okay, first of all, explain that what is the etymology of word sorry.
Great question. The term void zone typically refers to an area that is empty or devoid of something, often used in various contexts like science, psychology, or even literature. Etymologically, void comes from the Latin word vacus, meaning empty or unoccupied. Zone comes from the Greek word zone, which means a belt or girdle. So when you put them together, a void zone essentially describes a space that lacks substance or presence. Isn't it fascinating how language evolves? What made you curious about this term? This is Sam, I'm back.
Okay, now can you explain me that which language that sorry originated from?
Ah, the Lampsteed story. It's actually a fascinating piece of folklore. The term Lampsteed is often associated with stories of lost or hidden places, usually tied to themes of mystery and exploration. The origin of such stories often stems from local legends or historical events, where a place becomes symbolic of something deeper, like the search for meaning or connection. These tales can be passed down through generations, evolving with each retelling. What draws you to this story? Are you into folklore or legends?
Okay, now explain me that when was sorry first recorded in English?
The Lampstead story, or similar folklore, can be tricky to pin down to a specific date of first recording in English, as many stories like this were passed down orally before being written. However, many English folk tales and legends began to be documented in the 9th century, especially with the rise of interest in folklore and local history. If you're thinking of a specific version or adaptation, I'd love to know more. What aspects of the story interest you the most?
Okay, so now explain me that did sorry always mean apology?
Great question. The word sorry has evolved over time. It originally comes from the Old English word selig, which meant happy or blessed. Over time, it shifted to express feelings of grief or regret. So, while sorry didn't always mean apology in the way we think of it today, it has certainly come to convey remorse and an acknowledgement of wrongdoing. It's interesting how language changes meaning based on context and usage. What's your take on the power of saying sorry? Do you think it's always necessary?
Sometimes it is necessary, but if we sorry first to other person, we are getting you know getting to fight with someone. So that's a great way um, to do sorry first, I think so. And me, I will be wrong, but I'm sure that I will be good. So now can you explain me that how has the meaning of sorry evolved over centuries?
Absolute meaning of sorry has evolved quite a bit over the centuries. Originally, as I mentioned, it had more to do with feelings of happiness or blessedness. By the Middle Ages, it began to take on a connotation of sorrow or sadness, particularly in relation to loss or regret. As time went on, especially in the 19th and 20th centuries, sorry became more closely associated with apologies. It shifted to express remorse for actions that caused harm or hurt to others. Today, saying sorry can convey everything from genuine regret to casual acknowledgement of a minor mistake. It's fascinating how the context can change its weight. Do you think the way we use sorry today reflects our culture's values around accountability and empathy?
Maybe is sorry connected to the word sorrow?
Yes, you're spot on. Sorry is indeed connected to the word sorrow. They both share a common root in Old English. Sorrow comes from the Old English sar, which means distress or grief. So, when we say sorry, it carries that sense of sorrow or regret for something that has caused pain or disappointment. It's like a little emotional bridge connecting us to others when we've hurt them. Isn't language such a cool way to explore emotions? How do you feel about the connection between sorry and sorrow?
I think so. It's a good connection. And now, can you explain me that was story only originally from formal or informal?
Surreal, let's go with a classic story that's often told informally. The Tale of the Boy Who Cried Wolf. Originally, this story is thought to have roots in ancient fables attributed to Aesop. It teaches a moral lesson about the consequences of lying. In the story, a shepherd boy repeatedly tricks the villagers into thinking a wolf is attacking his sheep. When a wolf finally does appear, no one believes him and he loses his flock. This story has been passed down through generations, often told informally to children as a cautionary tale. It highlights the importance of honesty and the trust we build with others. What do you think about the lessons in fables like this? Do you have a favorite story with a moral lesson?
Yeah, I have a lot of. And now, can you explain me that how was regret expressed before the word sorry existed?
Before the word sorry existed, people expressed regret in various ways, often through gestures, actions, or other phrases. In many cultures, showing remorse could involve physical expressions like bowing, offering gifts, or performing acts of service to make amends. For instance, in ancient times, people might have used formal rituals or ceremonies to convey their regret and seek forgiveness from others. They might have said something like, I feel grief for my actions or I wish to make things right, depending on the language and culture. It's fascinating to think about how communication has evolved. How do you think these early expressions of regret compare to how we apologize today?
We apologize the same maybe because we just have to say sorry or do apology with giving gifts and something like that. May the concept have been changed, but not very much now in today's world, according to me. And now, can you explain me that what role did religion play in shaping concept of apology?
You're absolutely right. The core concept of apology has remained quite similar, even if the language and customs have evolved. Religion has played a significant role in shaping the concept of apology throughout history. Many religious traditions emphasize the importance of forgiveness, repentance, and making amends. For example, in Christianity, the idea of confessing sins and seeking forgiveness is central to the faith. Similarly, in Islam, seeking forgiveness from Allah and making amends with those we've wronged is highly valued. These teachings often encourage followers to reflect on their actions, feel genuine remorse, and take steps to repair relationships. Religious texts and practices can provide frameworks for understanding the importance of accountability and compassion in our interactions. How do you see the influence of religion in your own understanding of apologies and forgiveness?
Our religion Islam says that to apology first, it's a good thing. It's a good deed to do every day. If you have any fight with someone, to say sorry first. It's a good in our Islam. So now, can you tell me that like, how do Japanese people apologize compared to English speakers?
That's a lovely perspective. Apologizing can definitely be a good deed and a way to maintain harmony in relationships. When it comes to Japanese culture, apologies are often more formal and nuanced compared to English speaking cultures. In Japan, the act of apologizing can involve bowing, which shows respect and sincerity. The Japanese have different levels of apologies, depending on the severity of the situation. They might use phrases like sumimasen, I'm sorry, excuse me for minor offenses, and maushui karmasen, I have no excuse for more serious matters. In contrast, English speakers tend to use a more straightforward approach. Saying I'm sorry is calming, but the emphasis might be more on the words rather than the accompanying gestures. Both cultures value the act of apologizing, but the methods and expressions can vary significantly. Isn't it interesting how cultural norms shape our communication? Do you have a preference for one style over the other?
Sometimes say sorry, sometimes some treat, and some other plans. And this is the topic that we have discussed. So thank you so much for discussing with me very greatly. I really enjoyed to conversate with you. Thank you so much for your time, and thanks to the audience who are watching this interview and who watch this interview after this live session. So thank you so much for watching. Inshallah, we will meet in the next episode of our podcast. Take care of yourself and